With whatever hand's more comfortable, you can flip that over to the other side. But just a couple light ones and then start getting tough, because you don't want him wearing that stuff. Keep getting steady, stronger, 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 stronger. There you go, neutral lateral. There you go. Perfection. Not so far back on your thigh. Just put it right there by the buck and roll so you have it. There you go. There, release. He's already going. I know what you're going to do. Next lateral. There. Very nice. Beautimous.
I'm going to do this a few times.
Yeah.
Regrass before I start doing the...
Yep. I was going to suggest that. I'm glad you figured it out. You beat me to it.
Trying to make the pattern, right?
Yep. Nice. You're getting smarter and smarter. There you go, yes, release. Good job. It's the other hand on the string.
I thought we didn't put the hand on the string when
You want to have it just in case?
No, I don't pull on it.
Yeah, don't pull on it. Just get your hand on it. And I would have, while I was doing the tapping on the neck, I'd have my finger in that string too, just in case something happened and he jumped and you got one hand off and now you're
Yeah,
pulling on there.
I get the possibility of what could happen. Good point, Emilio.
Finger in the string. There you go. Now, on your thigh, look where your hand is. There it is. There you go. Let me try this. Let's see. It's a little loose. There we go. Should be snug enough. the string. It's just a good safety habit to get into, because if you always have that,
I appreciate you.
if any little thing happens, you'll. In fact, it happened once. One of my old friends, and first time I gave a lot of lessons to, we were riding next to an electric fence, and one of the horse's tails swished it, and it spooked him, and he bumped into his horse, and because he had that string, he says, I'd have been off. Because it tipped him, but he had that string, so it helped him stay up. He said, man, I'd have been on the ground for sure. On your leg, on your leg.
You what with my leg?
Put your hand on your leg. You getting it?
Keep pulling it up higher. Okay.
If you don't have that set like he's tied up, then you're accidentally moving it all the time, and that's like moving the goalpost. He's not sure exactly where to find
I
it.
need to get it a little bit higher up.
Yeah, and that's why.
I put it up here because I have too much length in it.
And that's why if you pull it up higher this way, then you don't have to reach down as far. And like I said, you don't have to be in a hurry. Once you see, that's what I'm doing. Just go through the. He may dive down again, but you got the bit. You're not going to miss him too bad.
I can actually slide it
Yeah.
instead of try and grab it.
Yeah, you're trying to pick this up, and as you're picking this up, this is sliding down. And then as soon as you got it where you want it, you're still in the middle on this hand. Grab the string. Back to there.
So when I'm standing here, I should still have my hand on the string.
I would. I mean,
Well, right, if you would, then I need to.
it's just a good habit to know where that string is and be ready to. Easy with the pressure. You're just remembering yesterday when it was so hard to pull him up. Nice.
You're right, I was.
It's
I was putting my whole body in it yesterday, and I just couldn't even hang on. I mean, he was way stronger.
yeah. Now I wouldn't have told you to do it, but what I would do if they're getting that strong, I would put a loop around the saddle horn so that they were pulling against something static. I wouldn't ask you.
Way more creative.
Yeah, I wouldn't have you do it. But that would be one answer, that if they were really diving and you didn't have anything else, then just reach and give you a little leverage around the saddle horn. But then again, you have.
know how to unhook it.
That's the thing.
Then we would have gotten it stuck, and it would have been a disaster. I understand, though. Oops, I didn't have that on. The repetition and the practice, so it becomes a pattern.
Yeah. And you can see him finding it every once in a while, and your hands and actions are starting to find the pattern. Boom.
Good boy! You did it! That was a definite yes. Oops, I didn't have it on it again. Yeah, I had dreams about this last night. About that yesterday, but I think you could tell I was picking that up.
Yep. They are experts at what happens before what happens. your outside rain?
No, you gotta give me more of a look. Okay, that's it.
That was a good adjustment. You needed a little more, but you did it real smooth and you wasn't on it. That was very good.
I think the better motion is to slide and get it.
Yeah.
Not try to grab and get it.
Like, now what I do, I just flick that rein a little bit right here, and it sends that rein up through my hand, and then it's about where I want it. If it's not, I'll pull it through a little more.
Just like go like that.
Yeah, well, you need more slack. As his head comes up, though, I'll take this. I'll kind of flip that rein up.
With the other hand.
Yeah, flip it just a little bit. So. If he starts to walk and stops eating, go ahead and pick his head up. That's for a neutral lateral there. There you go.
Because that's
Yeah.
what I want. It's to stop him, right?
Yep. He's starting to get the idea. Oh, I can keep going
And she goes, okay, got it.
but it's okay what you're doing. But it's
No,
better.
no,
It's
I
better.
don't want him to go on his own without me telling him.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. My whole
But if he's then you got either two choices. As soon as he stops eating, picks his head up and starts walking and not eating grass, but just this high off the ground, you can pick him up there, or you can just keep going until he picks his head all the way up. Either way is
on the
fine.
ground. I like that. Okay, so like just like.
There. Now pick him up. Nope, too late. Pick him up. There you go.
One thing I have to remember too is not. Okay, good one. Put weight, like not put weight in the stirrups, but to sit on my sits bones so that
Yeah.
on my seat.
Now you can lean forward. What I'll do is the pattern is they'll feel the weight in this stirrup a little bit when I reach down for this rein. So then they're going to think, oh, I know the neutral lateral is probably coming, so it'll cause them to stop and beat me around there. But he's not that far along yet, but that's what you're looking for.
So when you ride dressage, you're not supposed to put any weight in your feet.
Yeah.
It's all your hips, your seat, and then the thighs. And anyway, something.
Yeah.
But is that how you ride too?
Depending on if I'm riding dressage, and then when my legs are a lot longer, I'm in a dressage saddle. It kind of puts me where I need to be.
Yeah.
My stirrups feel way too long, but you get used to riding that way. But on that, I'm a little more relaxed and only squeeze. Like if I needed to squeeze, I only squeeze above the knees.
Yeah.
And then
Patty was saying that for the one section you use hip and thigh, and then for the I think the back section it was calf or whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't learned that yet. Look at her. She's out there like a farmer.
You're okay. We're okay. You're not scaring us. You're not scaring us. No.
I'm just admiring your farming skills. I won't tell if you don't tell.
There.
No, he's back.
Yeah, it's too late. Easy with the pressure.
Good boy.
sister. What do you think of her? She's an ankle biter, isn't she? She tries.
Pretty cute.
She tries to bite my ankles.
Look right at me.
Once he knows the right answer, to get back to eating.
Gotta remember to keep it straight out. So tell my friend that there's no answer for the navicular ring bone circle thing. It's just don't do it.
Not that I know of. It's
Yeah.
you can still yield their hindquarters and forequarters and back them up, do little stuff like that. They're just not going to learn. Don't change gait, don't change direction. But if they're navicular, they're not going to be moving a whole lot anyway. But you can still, start on the ground, steady pressure, ask the hip to move over with, a fingernail and forequarters. But any movement that causes pain, they're going to be going, "No, why are you making me do this?" Instead of, "That's good, 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 good."
Look right at me.
Picked up the pressure nice. You did everything right.
I think he is getting a little lighter.
Yeah. He's got a better understanding of what's expected of him, and that's all I got to do. Easy money. Blowing out, all good signs. Perfect. Get a little too much pressure on your off-side rein that time. When you first,
The other side.
yeah, what you did, you pulled it up and got a loop, and then you started pulling from there. I'm just telling you, so you'll see it on video. If I can tell you right after the video, you can go watch you can hear it and go, "Oh, let me watch again, see what he's talking about."
I appreciate all your help, man.
I appreciate
you.
You're doing a really good job.
To the point where I can really ride him and we can become a team and I can really,
Yeah.
he can really move because he's a beautiful mover.
Now think about which side you're going to neutralateral on this time and be ready to.
I'm going to do it on the right.
Yep. Nice. Very nice. Just like saying, especially in the beginning, you have a real clear picture what I'm thinking, what I'm going to do. I'm going to start this deal now. He can do 2 or 3 things, and I've got in my mind exactly what I'm going to do if he does any one of those, and just start kind of talking to yourself through the steps, and then eventually they'll just happen. You won't even realize.
I think he's paying attention, but he's knowing how far he can,
Yep.
how many more gulps he can take before.
Straight up with your hand. There you go. Good. Horses like him, if something spooks him, if something crashed over there, he might make 1 or 2 big jumps and then stop. And if you're hanging onto this, you can make that, and then you'll realize, oh shoot, by that time he'd already
I
stopped.
think those things he did, you read it was real stormy, and they had these big 20-foot by 40-foot shutters over the windows. But I think once he sensed I was little, he thought, oh, all I have to do is make a few moves with my feet, and she's gonna get off. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
But he did turn around that time and look right at me. He swung his head up, like I think he was trying to tell me that he was looking at me. What are you doing?
stand on your right stirrup again and pull it straight. You're kind of sitting crooked. Pull the saddle horn with you when you go. Yeah, there you go. One more time. Like overdo it and it'll straighten right out. There you go. That should be better. Still off just a little, not bad. Yeah.
He nudges my boot to say, "See, I did it."
Yeah.
Now let me go back to eating grass.
Now, and that's okay in the beginning.
But not.
What you're eventually looking for is that he comes, he thinks this is where I can relax, and you may, if you feel him starting to just bump your nose and starting to dive, just be ready to hold it until you feel him kind of go, and kind of just relax a little bit, and then let him go down. And you'll know if it worked is if he went back to the grass kind of slow instead of diving at it. We want them to anticipate, we don't want them to assume. Oh, if you were a second faster, you'd have had him off the grass.
The timing.
Yep. Nice. You only went 3 steps that way.
Good boy. Oh, my screen.
That was good. Perfect timing there.
Of the population are like how many personalities are there?
4. Well, there's four sections. You got introverts and extroverts, and you got left brain and right brain. So you just think about, they can be anywhere on the map, but they'll tend to be one more than the other. And in any situation, they can show act like an RBI or an RBE or. But
so are they equally divided, like of all the horses you've seen, or?
Yes and no. Some horses, we used to do the Pirelli auditions. People would send in a 10-minute video of them doing either level 1 through level 1, 2, 3, or 4 in one of the 4 savvies. And they all, not all, probably like 90% of them described their horse as left brain introvert. But mostly it's probably half of them probably were driven introverted because the people were, not engaging enough. The horse was so smart that he's just like, so they acted introverted, like they didn't want to go do anything. It's just usually it's because the person wasn't engaging enough, or.
Take a picture of her like that. You look so cute. I saw that Savvy on the Pirelli website, so I figured your name Savvy Racing is something.
Yeah.
To do with that.
That was the main reason there for that. You got that nice deep. That's what you're looking for. That he's going, oh, I got to finish this before.
Yeah. So take your time and complete the motion. I'd like to find a bridle with this kind of bit that looks kind of dressage.
You can put that bit on any bridle you want.
Yeah, I'll have to get. But I like the bridle with nothing, just the side.
Yeah.
Does this have a? It just goes over the head, right? It doesn't have an ear thing or anything.
No.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, it has a brow band. Yeah. His mane's hiding it.
He's got the.
His forelocks hiding it.
He's got the wild hair new. But I like that because I have the wild hair new too.
Nice, nice, beautiful, beautiful. Crowd goes wild. Crowd goes wild. Yeah.
Because people understand horses, and
Well, just think if you went to a country that you didn't understand anybody and nothing made sense, you'd kind of be on edge all the time too.
and nobody gets hysterical but the horses being next to each other, and don't let him do that, don't let him do that.
I know the answer's over here somewhere. He just keeps trying. That's good. That's a good sign.
Brent, take a cute picture of her from
I did.
the side doing that, and then send it to me.
Okay, I got one from the side pretty good already.
Because I want to put, at the end of this, I want to put a thing up on Facebook with all of you, and I wanted something cute. Collaboration with Daddy.
Beautiful.
I think we need to get this down. This is our big crowd.
Oh, you got it. I think you got it. But yeah, this is going to be your big thing, going out to just hang out and trail ride and have some grass and be together and prove to him that you're a perfect partner.
Good one. Very good one.
Oh, this makes sense. I only have to do a little bit. I get to do a lot of what I like. I don't think most people understand that they have that availability. I don't think they think the horses have that aptitude to have a communication and all that. But it's been built into him by Mother Nature. All we do is transfer what he thought about his mother to what he thinks about us.
That's how it's so turned off some other things, because that's how I am. I wanted to be happy with him and him to be happy with me, and I didn't want to go someplace that was going to squash that.
Part of the reason Pirelli's gotten a bad reputation is they stress having fun and being safe with your horse more than performance. But they have the program builds up to if you have that in you that you want to do performance. But most people that come to Pirelli, they're not performance types. They want to have fun and be safe. So people in the performance industry go, well, that doesn't work, because they've never seen anybody get there. But you saw the guy riding bareback and bridleless over the jumps.
He was amazing.
And he's not wrestling with his horse's face. The horse isn't tied down. He's going, I understand what you're asking. Doop, 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 doop. Go here, go there, stay out of the pressures, and I'm done. Reward. Yeah. But that's why in racing, because racing's of all the major horse sports, they have to know the least. All they do is go fast, turn left. But to get there, to be going fast and turn left in the right position and body posture is what they don't know how to do.
The horse has developed his mind and his body. He knows his body. He can go relatively calmly to where he needs to go, and then he can turn on his engine and run.
Yep.
And without wasting all this energy, because some of them get all flipped out.
Most of them.
Said that guy, well, one of those guys.
Yeah, the red horse
ran right over to the
outside fence, so the longest way around. So he was.
That guy in the Derby did. He said, didn't he? Or the. Yeah, it was the Derby. He said that his horse spooked.
Yeah. It spooked and didn't trust that his rider knew what he was doing. And says, you didn't see that thing about to get me over there. I'll take care of my own self, and caused himself to lose a lot of money.
Jockeys have to be talented.
Yeah.
They just get on the horse and ride. I don't know.
They have in the traditional sense, they have to know what that horse is apt to do and what to do to counteract that.
But if the horses aren't hardly trained,
it's just a wrestling match. They hire exercise riders, guys like me, to go out there and get the pattern going. At least they know to go around the track and stay close to the inside rail and turn left and turn right when you pull on them. But
So do the jockeys just sometimes just get on them for the race and that's
Yep.
it? Like get on and
yep, a lot of times. Sometimes if it's a good horse or a jockey that's, they'll breeze them in the morning like 5 days before the race or something to kind of get a feel for what their horsenality is like. They don't say horsenality, but that's what they're looking for, is what his what he tends to do, and they've probably been on other horses that tend to do the same thing.
they probably grew up in exercises or around horses.
Around horses of some sort. Yeah.
But you have to stay pretty small to be a jockey.
Yeah, that's why there's hardly any white American jockeys. They're all either Panamanian or Colombian or Mexican. They're a smaller type people anyway, so they don't get that big. So believe it or not, I rode races for a couple of years. About 20 pounds lighter than I am now, the same height.
They,
Maybe 30.
so that's because the horses, there's certain weights, right? They have to weigh everybody. And
Yeah, the horses have to have a certain amount of weight to carry. In the Derby, it's 126 pounds. That's pretty much the heaviest they'll ever carry. Unless they go into handicap races and they're way better than everybody else, they may carry more. Nice.
Those are 2-year-olds, aren't they?
No, 3-year-olds in the Derby.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a weight scale. I think 2-year-olds aren't allowed to carry any more than 118 pounds. And if they have an apprentice rider that hasn't won any races or hasn't won their 5th race yet, they get 10 pounds less to carry. So if the jockey can't, you're looking for an apprentice rider that can, basically tack 100 pounds in case they got in, the horse got in really light. In the conditions of the race, if say a horse hadn't won 2 races this year, he hadn't won any, and everybody else in the race had won 1 race, well, he'll get an extra 3 or 5 pounds off of what he has to carry. And then if he has a jockey that's not very experienced, they get another weight allowance. So the theory is, the old timers say a pound equals 1 length going a mile. So in a mile race, if you're 5 pounds, if all the horses are the same, and if you're carrying 5 pounds less, that horse should be 5 lengths in front at the end.
And then are the saddles all the same weight?
It just depends. Like a little bitty guy will have a great big saddle, and a big guy like me has a postage stamp, basically. So you in that hind quarter yell now. Oop, too late. I was too late. It was too late. But see how softer he is, getting about eating the grass, and more happy to bring his head up. He's starting to satiate from this and starting to go, oh, what else is there to do? And when he have something else fun to go do, like a trail to go down that he'd never been down before, he'd be like, oh, yeah.
He'd like to do that. Emily says he's very brave and proud, and he likes to explore.
Lead with his head.
And he likes to go, if there's something there, go check it out and say good boy.
Yeah, you got you a good one here. As soon as you get communicating with him better, he's...
Everything I wanted. A very interesting horse with a big personality, kind of like me.
Yeah.
We can have a lifetime partnership.
Beautiful.
Where were you going? You going with me? Oh, you're up with me. Rafe is looking at something up in the tree. Maybe a bird.
Yeah, it's a bird or a squirrel.
I bet he could catch a squirrel.
I don't know if he has yet.
I had a Labrador, a female, that she would catch, the gophers would come out of the hole. She'd wait for him and she could catch him and she'd kill him.
Huh.
I mean, she was fast.
Yeah, when we drive down this dirt road, when we get to the top of that hill, we always let Raffy out because he likes to run. He runs up here to this electric fence, then runs all the way down there checking all these squirrel trees. It's his favorite thing to do. As soon as we get on that dirt road, he's looking out the window going, when are we going to go? He's got the pattern down. He likes to find poop to roll in. I think it makes him smell like a prey animal, not a predator, so he can sneak up on him. Bring it! Bring it! Got a ball? You don't have a ball? Looking at me like I'm crazy.
I'll bring you something. This is really beautiful.
Yep. Great day. Doodle! Were you laying in poop?
This must be a higher elevation than where we are.
Yeah. That's polite. He's really looking. He's not being offended or bothered by it. He's like, okay, it's just something I have to do.
Checking in. He goes, okay, is this what you wanted?
Just something I have to do.
So you're right. This is a practice thing.
Yeah. Like when you get back to Patty's, if you got a place to go graze, do that for an hour or so before you go.
Right in front of his, like I go get him out of his paddock, and there's about 50 feet to go in the barn, and it's all grass there, and that's when he makes the dive. And I was.
Now you know how to do how to stop that.
Well, I'll play with him out there.
Yeah.
But now, looking back and seeing all that stuff that he was doing in the cross ties, he was just trying to tell me. Maybe he was telling me, I don't want to stand here.
Yeah. Or I feel claustrophobic. I can't move and feel safe.
Play with the cross ties. He'd look down at me when I'm doing stuff. But when he started not wanting to be with me anymore, he wouldn't even pick up his feet from me. He would just I would try and muscle him in. He wouldn't even do it. Now he fly sprays and picks up his feet.
Perfect.
Did he do it?
Yep, he did it.
Good boy.
I'm pretty good at that one now. Yeah, if you just did this every day, and you kept not, noting in your note to self, is he getting better and better,
I
and
think it is. He's
oh yeah,
I can see him checking in with me.
yep. He's kind of had so much grass now that he's not feeling like he's going to get drug off of it if he doesn't hurry up and eat it all.
Did you ever get enough grass?
Nice.
Okay, let's do the hind quarter yell.
Perfect. Perfect. He's walking forward a little bit. He's still yielding good. This for a 4/4 from there.
You got it over here.
Push the leg, use the leg, push the leg. There it is. Good job.
What do you want me to do?
That's just kind of exactly what you did. You just held that position and steadily brought that leg a little stronger, and finally went. So, I got it.
So the idea is getting control of the feet.
Yep, through the mind, not the bit.
I didn't have my string. Well, at least I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Lean forward just a hair. Lean forward so you can look back at his hindquarters while you're doing it. There you go. Stop the forward. There it is. I can feel it. Yeah, close enough. Perfection. That was perfect. Picked up the pressure real soft and light, and he followed you around there perfectly. Yeah. This thing, if you have those 6 yields, and then you get the backup, and then that he feels you can go forward without pressure, then you have everything you need.
He has this one gait he loves, Emily says, and I've ridden it just briefly, but it's that passage trot.
All right.
It's like he's floating up in the air and still. You'll have to try
When he was trotting with his head up, it was relatively rough, but as soon as he got his head down and was moving right, it was like butter smooth. Hot knife through butter smooth. And when they're moving like that, it's because they feel that way because all their muscles, tendons, and ligaments are returning that energy that they're putting out. They're not having to. It's like happening. If they move the way they're built to move, then all the shock absorption systems all work together to make the movement really smooth.
What are you doing? Yeah, he was bred for movement. He's not the broke type, he's the sport type.
Yeah.
His dad was an approved Spanish black stallion competition. He's in Hidden Pond, and I think it's in Ohio. But he's a Grand Prix type, but they were bred for that kind of movement. And his mom too. So a lot of the Spanish horses are that heavier baroque, and these kind of horses, they started breeding them to compete more with warm bloods and dressage, to look more sport horses. Because I'd rather just hang out at the farm here and eat grass, and maybe go do some stuff. Just kind of get the clue. Where are you going?
Nowhere. I'm with you. I remember. Stop the front. Stop the front. Stop the front. You can't let the front be going moving forward. There it is.
That's kind of making sense. I mean, it sense body-wise to me now. That not exact, but
Now let him go forward. Yeah. So lead him out back towards his hip. Back towards his hip. Straight up. There you go. There it is. What's your string? You don't have your string. You don't have your string.
What?
You don't have your string in your hand to prevent that forward movement. There it is. He did it anyway. There it is again. Good job.
Where you going? I didn't say you could go. Oh, I didn't say you could go. Okay, there you go. So the babies are due a week apart?
About a week apart, yeah.
You get really busy. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fun though.
Yeah. And we plan on imprinting them, and then the first week is the most important for that. So if we have
Lena, loving
Yeah.
them up, and
starting to teach them to move off of pressures, and because they're a precocial species, so they start learning at birth. So if you're teaching them things they're going to need to know the rest of their life in the beginning, then you never have anything to worry about. They see tarps and horsemen's flags and sticks and strings and ropes, and
where are you going?
it's just going to feel like that's what the world's made of, and don't worry about being afraid of it.
Good boy. No, oh, I almost patted him. I meant it, it's a nice rub. Where are you going? Okay, good boy. I'm starting to feel better. I want to qualify that, 'cause
Yeah.
everything seems to be going fine until it's not.
Now you're
I don't want
getting
to seem over.
you got the basic stuff.
Overconfident.
You're doing really good. You're building your neural pathways. Lean forward. Look back at his hindquarters. There you go. There it is. Perfect.
We're getting into that little side thing. Yeah, good boy.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Your pressure's perfect. When you feel him heading to the ground to get grass, if you didn't want that, then you could either ride, squeeze, and kind of bump one rein at a time, just kind of trying to get him to negate his downward motion, and ride a little faster and squeeze and see if that doesn't pop him out of it.
No, I still hold on to the string.
Yeah, I would always have just. Well, you won't be able to if you're doing that, but you can just always have it in your thought every time. And once you get his head going, then be ready to. It's just a good safety device. Nice. Ride. You're just sitting there. You got to ride. Wait, he's pooping now. Yeah.
Felt like there was something else.
If you want his nose to go right, give a little right leg and just pick up enough rein so he doesn't turn his head left. ride him all day if he acted like that, huh? That's okay. It's okay, but you want to think if you're having to use to watch the outside rein. There you go. That's you can pick up both reins and see if you and the string and see if that works. See if it works without pulling, and then go out head on to your. So you can just do the same thing. Pick up your rein like you're getting ready to do neutral lateral, and if that stops him. I don't know where we left his halter. Like some citizen picked it up and put it away for us. Where's your hand? We can't find his halter. His.
Where was it?
Right there. Where we saddled him.
Where did you saddle him exactly?
Right here somewhere in this area. Just thinking somebody put it away being nice. I guess we don't need it.
Here now. Oh, I know we took it off over by where we put the bit on.
Oh, okay, that's why it's over there. Sorry, babe. My fault. It's somewhere else.
So do you think we're good for today?
Yeah.
We were successful?
I think so.
Okay, now let me get on. You are a superstar. A superstar.